Alright, so let's just go over what's going to be in your kit. So you're going to obviously get a little plastic potting container. You're going to get 1 pack of seeds, and the instructions say that there are 5 to 10 seeds in each of these, which is more than enough. You're going to get 1 of these little discs of soil, and then you're going to get a little label for your plant, and then I'm going to put in copies of these instructions. Now, this plant is, actually it's tropical. The actual name of this is called Mimosa pudica, which means basically a shy plant. I've seen it be called a sleeping plant, the tickle me plant, the zombie plant. I went to Costa Rica about 10, 12 years ago, and these were everywhere, and I had so much fun the 2 weeks I was there finding them and touching them. So the instructions, I've never seen instructions like this before because this is a tropical plant. They say to put the seeds in very hot water for 1 to 2 days. So what you do is you get some hot water out of the sink, or you can boil some on your stove, put it in a container, and then put the seeds in while it's still hot, and then let the seeds sit in there and let it cool down for 24 to 48 hours. That's going to help your seeds sort of germinate, and they should say that in at least in 48 hours you'll start to see little sprouts coming out of the seed, and at that point you're going to go ahead and plant. Now, I'm not going to show you this exact soil puck because I want everybody to have one of these. So I have a soil puck that's actually quite similar, and I'm going to show you how this works. So when you put water in this, it's going to expand big time. I mean, it's going to get about that big. So it's going to go from this big to about that big. And I will show you that with my own little pucks that I bought online for when I was doing my garden. All right. If you want more information, the plant, is called the tickle me plant, the Mimosa pudica, and then you can look at some growing instructions online. Now, this kit was meant for a classroom so that everybody would have access to this little book. And obviously, I can't give everybody one of these little books. So a lot of this information is online. You can go to www.ticklemeplant.com. That tickle me plant is all one word.com. But there's a lot of growing instructions online for the tickle me plants, the Mimosa pudica, and I will put the name Mimosa pudica across the screen so you know how to spell it. So next thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to grab one of my little growing pots and my seeds, or sorry, my little soil puck, and I'm just going to show you how that works. Once you have put the soil into your little growing pot, one of the recommendations was to take a little sandwich baggie and just put it over the top. And what that's going to do is it's going to help keep it warm. It's going to also keep the moisture inside here because this is a tropical plant. It likes 70 degrees and it likes hot, humid air. And so this will actually help it while it's growing. Once the plant gets to the top of the bag, you can just go ahead and take it off. Okay, so next I will show you how one of the pucks works. So I've got this little soil puck. Now this is one, it's a little different than what you guys got, but it's pretty much the same thing. I buy these online when I am starting my garden. I start my garden indoors when it's still cool out, and then when they grow I put them outside. So this is sort of similar to what you're going to get. So when you get your soil ready, you're going to want to either put your little soil pot in your the little puck in your pot, and I'll show you. Let me just grab one. Now, one thing that I did at home is I actually just put my pot in the in my cup. That way, if any water comes out the bottom through the little holes, that the soil puck will still continue to absorb the water and it'll actually draw it back up. Let me put this back in. Okay, so I'm just going to open this up. I've got a little bit of water here in my Vital Water jug. And I'm just going to show you kind of what happens when you get this wet, because this actually is kind of fun to watch, to be honest. I liked it. So you just put your soil puck in your little pot. You can put the pot on top of a saucer, in a measuring cup, anything like that, so that the water can slowly work its way back into the pot if you want. So I just put my pot in there, or my cup. And these ones took about a little over a cup of water, and I'm just going to pour it in there and you'll see what happens. Okay, so this is going to start to expand, and then it's going to start to draw up the water. And it's already starting. Let me zoom in here so you can kind of see what is going on. Okay, so it's starting to absorb. And what this will end up doing is turning into soil. So you can see it's starting to absorb the water. It's rising. You can't quite see it. I can see it. It is actually rising to the surface, and you can see how much soil I now have from that tiny little puck. And then once you've got that done, I'm just going to use this. Use a fork, a spoon, and then you can just sort of fluff it up. And now that tiny little puck has pretty much turned into almost 2 cups of soil, which is more than enough to do your little pot. So yeah, you can see how much soil is now in my cup. So that is how that little puck works that's in your kit. You can use slightly warm water if you like. The plant does like warm soil, so this was just room temperature soil that I used. But if you use cold, you know, you might shock your seeds, so you can use slightly warm water. It won't hurt anything, because these are tropical plants. They do tend to like more warmer conditions. So there you go. That is how that puck works. Now I have about 2 cups of soil, which is more than enough to start your little plant. Okay. So again, I'm going to put the instructions on how to start your mimosa puticus or your tickle me plants, sleeping plants, whatever you want to call them. And just follow those instructions. There are a lot of websites if you Google how to grow a tickle plant, a sleeping plant, even a zombie plant, or mimosa pudica, and it will also be on that instruction sheet that I've also put in your kit. So there you have it, and obviously I can't film a plant growing. That would take way too long. I also don't want to open the seeds because I wanted to get as many of these seeds to you as possible. Anyway, that's how it worked. Enjoy your plant. So this plant was in honor of Earth Day, which is this week. And have fun with that. You can put them outside when it gets warmer. They do like 70 degrees or higher. So if the night temperatures are getting pretty low, it's not going to fare as well. So if you put it in a big pot after this has started to grow, if you want to repot these, you can put them in a big pot, leave them outside for the summer, and then when it starts getting cold, bring them indoors, put them somewhere where it's nice and bright, and hopefully, you know, they will continue to grow for you. Alright, you guys, have fun with those plants. You're going to have fun when they start sprouting their leaves, and you're going to touch them, and they're going to all of a sudden close up on you. I had a lot of fun messing with those when I went to Costa Rica. So anyway, okay, well, have fun with this, and I will see you next time. Alright, bye guys.